Tritheism. Out of the three classic heresies that are being discussed here, tritheism is the only one that acknowledges that the distinctions we see between the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are rooted in the nature of God. However, this view goes further than this. This view argues that in light of the threefold way in which God reveals himself to us, where the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are each spoken of as divine, we can come to no other conclusion but that there are indeed three gods. It must be said that this discussion will be far shorter than the others, as it has not ever had strong support in the history of the Church. Indeed, when people like Gregory of Nyssa were accused of being polytheists, the response was immediate and passionate, that they affirmed only one God, though that one God was indeed a community of persons. The primary concern with this view is that it violates one of the core convictions of Jews and all early Christians, that God is one, as exemplified by the Shema quoted above. To say that there are actually three real gods, and not just the one God that is explicitly claimed in both the Old and New Testaments, is a radical departure from the history of Israel. The separation from God's historical interaction with Israel has many problems of its own. See Chapter 2, God's interaction with Israel. If some speculation might be in order as to how tritheism might still be present in one form or another in the modern church, it might be suggested that if there is a sharp distinction made between the work of Christ and the work of the Father, or between the work of Christ and the work of the Spirit, tritheism may be lurking nearby. There's been a practice of many throughout Christian history where an idea is discussed called the law of appropriations. In this view, there are some attributes and tasks that are particularly the dominion of the Father, such as creation, others that belong particularly to the Son, such as redemption and love, and others that belong to the Spirit, such as power for the Christian life. If calling God Creator, Redeemer, and Sanctifier, while emphasizing the oneness of God, was fundamentally a modalist position, doing the same while emphasizing the threeness of God, as the law of appropriations does, tends towards tritheism. I do not mean to suggest that those who do such things would say they're tritheists, but rather that their sincere attempts to explain God imply such a view.